A history of tension, the roots of the Iran-Israel conflict. The relationship between Iran and Israel is deeply rooted in historical complexities. Before the Islamic Revolution in 1979, the two nations maintained relatively cordial relations. Iran, under the Shah's rule, saw Israel as a valuable ally in the Middle East. This partnership was driven by shared interests and a common enemy in the form of Arab nationalism. However, the Islamic Revolution dramatically altered the dynamics of the relationship. Ayatollah Khomeini, the leader of the revolution, harbored deep animosity towards Israel. He viewed Israel as an illegitimate state and an extension of Western imperialism in the region. This ideological shift marked a turning point, transforming the relationship into one of overt hostility. The establishment of the Islamic Republic in Iran brought about a wave of anti-Israel sentiment. This sentiment was further fueled by the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict and Iran's unwavering support for Palestinian resistance groups. Iran's commitment to the Palestinian cause solidified its position as a staunch critic of Israel on the international stage. Over the decades, the Iran-Israel conflict has been characterized by a cycle of proxy wars, rhetoric, and military buildups. Both nations have engaged in a dangerous game of brinkmanship, often coming close to direct military confrontation. The conflict has had a profound impact on the Middle East, fueling instability and shaping the region's geopolitical landscape. From words to war, the conflict ignites. The flames of the Iran-Israel conflict have been fanned by a series of events that have escalated tensions over the years. One pivotal moment was the outbreak of the Lebanon War in 1982. Israel's invasion of Lebanon, aimed at curbing the influence of the Palestine Liberation Organization, inadvertently led to the emergence of a new adversary, Hezbollah. Hezbollah, a Shia militant group backed by Iran, emerged as a formidable force in Lebanon during the Israeli occupation. Iran provided Hezbollah with substantial military and financial support, enabling the group to launch attacks against Israeli forces and their allies in southern Lebanon. The conflict cemented Hezbollah's role as a proxy for Iran in its fight against Israel. The Iranian nuclear program has been another major flashpoint in the conflict. Israel views Iran's nuclear ambitions as an existential threat, fearing that a nuclear-armed Iran would embolden its enemies and destabilize the region. Israel has repeatedly threatened to take military action to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons, conducting airstrikes on suspected nuclear facilities in Iran. Adding fuel to the fire, cyberwarfare has emerged as a new battleground in the Iran-Israel conflict. Both nations have accused each other of launching sophisticated cyber attacks, targeting critical infrastructure and spreading disinformation. These cyber attacks highlight the evolving nature of the conflict and the increasing reliance on technology as a tool of warfare. As tensions between Iran and Israel continue to rise, the international community watches with growing concern. Countries around the world have voiced their worries, calling for restraint and diplomatic solutions. Many nations have condemned acts of aggression from both sides, urging a return to dialogue and peaceful negotiations. The United Nations in particular has been vocal about the need for de-escalation, emphasizing the potential global repercussions of continued conflict. The geopolitical landscape in the Middle East is complex, with numerous players influencing the dynamics between Iran and Israel. One significant factor is the role of Hezbollah, a powerful political and militant group based in Lebanon. Supported by Iran, Hezbollah has been a persistent thorn in Israel's side, engaging in numerous skirmishes and attacks over the years. The group's involvement adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation, making the prospect of a peaceful resolution even more challenging. The threat of further escalation looms large over the region. Both Iran and Israel have substantial military capabilities and have shown a willingness to use them. Any miscalculation or provocation could lead to a broader conflict, drawing in neighboring countries and potentially destabilizing the entire Middle East. The stakes are incredibly high, and the world watches anxiously, hoping that cooler heads will prevail and that a path to peace can be found before it's too late.